It's impossible to think of ourselves as independent from the media. We are the media. You can say like, this is my body and this is the world, and I'm separate and I have my own opinion and agency or free will. But actually, the degree of manipulability is such that I highly doubt that we can really think of ourselves as independent at this point.
My name is Pfeiffer, and I am a visiting artist, scholar, and designer. I basically make videos, although not traditional narrative or linear edit type videos, more quirky and maybe more like short animation using found footage.
Basically what I'm doing is taking video footage off TV and then digitizing it, getting it onto the computer, and once it's onto the computer, it's just information. With tools like Photoshop, playing with images can literally almost become like painting, where you're actually moving colors and pixels around in a way virtually, via a mouse, but in a way that's almost like having a brush and moving, like pixels of color around on a canvas.
I mean, I think of video as almost like architecture. Video always requires a kind of frame to be seen.
I would happily sit in my room and do this work all day. It's a bit like meditation. I also feel like it's a bit like painting or drawing, in the sense that you leave your everyday kind of consciousness of the world and achieve a certain kind of focus.
Sports had little of a role when I was growing up. And maybe that's why I was drawn to it. At some point when I moved to New York in the early 90s, I had a good friend who started to take me to actually WNBA games at the Garden, and also took me to a couple of boxing matches, including some Golden Gloves matches, the amateur boxing competition. And I would find myself spacing out, like I didn't have enough knowledge or background to really be able to follow like sort of the storyline, or like to be interested in kind of the technicalities of what was going on. So I was more kind of spacing out on the scene and the spectacle of it. There's been a purposeful removal of identifying features. It has to do with thinking about how these works are going to live in the future. Imagine these photographs and videos existing at a time when all memory of the individual personalities will be gone. And at that point, these figures will become like they're icons, universal figures of a particular moment of spectacle.
There's something really seductive about pre-digested images. If you're served literally 500 channels on TV, like, why go out? There's a huge infrastructure that undergirds every individual image we see on TV. And for me, it's very hard to dissociate the single image from that entire network. So, the question always comes up, who's using who? Is the image making us, or do we make images?